Hello everybody, my name is Zoe and I'm the Children, Young People and Parent Lead for OCD UK, and I'm here today to set the question for today's OCD Awareness Week video. The question today is, what about the darker thoughts associated with OCD? Now over to Ashley Fulwood to answer the question.
Thanks, Zoe, and another really good important question, one that is important that we do discuss this week. For someone who's OCD about unpleasant or disturbing thoughts, it can be really challenging to talk about their OCD, particularly worried about how others might perceive their thoughts and images. It's especially difficult if the person's OCD is around intrusive thoughts of a graphic, sexual or violent nature. So, for example, people who are worried about picking up a knife and stabbing a loved one, people who are worried about inappropriately touching a baby or child or being a paedophile, or even people who have thoughts or images of sex with a family member. Just three examples which are incredibly common, but also very challenging for the person suffering. Now, it's important to say at this point, none of those thoughts indicate risk. As we know, there's no documented evidence suggesting anyone with OCD has actually carried out their actions, far from it. Actually, people with OCD go to extreme lengths not to carry out such thoughts. So, for example, hence the compulsions of asking a family member to lock knives away in the kitchen, avoiding children or places children might be, like shopping centres, or seeking reassurance from loved ones if you've hurt them. But for those with OCD, despite worries about sharing such thoughts, it's really important to be honest when talking to a therapist or a health professional, because they can't help us if they don't understand the thoughts that we're experiencing. Now, it's fair to say that some family members and even some healthcare professionals not familiar with OCD might be a little bit surprised or shocked by the nature of the intrusive thoughts that people with OCD present with. But the good news is many healthcare professionals these days do understand OCD and will not be alarmed by the graphic nature of some of these more unpleasant or disturbing thoughts. If you are a healthcare professional within the NHS or privately, the NICE guidelines for OCD do address this. Within the NICE guidelines, it states, consult a mental health professional with specific expertise in OCD if you are uncertain about the risks associated with intrusive sexual, aggressive, or death-related thoughts. These themes are common in OCD and are often misinterpreted as indicating risk. In fact, in 2009, OCD specialists Veal, Freeston, Sarkovskis, Heyman, and Krebs published a paper for healthcare professionals on this very subject. Check it out. It's called Risk Assessment and Management in Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. As you may remember from our webpage about obsessions, such intrusive thoughts are common, even those without OCD. The key difference for those without OCD is not the absence of unpleasant intrusive thoughts from time to time, but the meaning and significance they place on the thoughts. Where for those of us with OCD, we're more likely to ruminate and worry about what such thoughts mean. Finally, please remember again the nature of these thoughts that some of you may be experiencing are not unusual. They are, in fact, actually incredibly common. So please don't let that put you off presenting to a healthcare professional for the treatment that you deserve. Thank you.